Radio. Rahim here with the Hawaiian Punch. Brian Viloria. Let me give me a little down. Oh, let me some shine. Listen, man, we are at Wild Card, and we have a unique kind of history. I've been coming here for over a decade, man, like a very, very long time. You've been here the whole time. You've been cracking and working through this career and never, ever let up. There's never been an extended amount of time where Brian Viloria has not been in the gym, training for a fight, training between fights, or just coming back from having fought. What kind of drive do you have inside you to be still working at this level, performing at this level on these kind of cards, to where, I mean, you've done so much, you've done this for so long. Why still are you in this gym working this hard?
Pure love of the sport. You know, I just love every aspect of the sport. I love the training aspect. I love preparing for the fights. I love doing these, you know, sitting down and getting to talk to you guys. Training, you know, it's just the pure love for that doesn't make it seem like it's been that long. You know, it doesn't make it hard to get out of bed, to get out of the house, to come out to the gym and prepare myself, regardless if I have a fight or not. It's just I love coming out to the gym and just hitting the bag or hitting the speed bag or jumping rope. You know, it's just the pure love of the sport is just you know, is one of the key factors of having me to stay here in the sport. You know, just trying to compete. You know, and just competing at the high level is just, for me, is the cherry on top.
You know, it's only been recently where there's been as many networks that are broadcasting boxing now. Obviously, the internet and social media is still relatively new and is bringing a lot of eyeballs to the sport. But for a long time in your career, it was hard for the lighter weight guys to get the kind of spotlight and attention which would allow you to make the kind of money that you want and all these things. So now we have like a Superfly 2, this is the second time they're doing it, there's attention on it. As far as your experience in this career and in this sport, what was the best time, if it's not now, to be a fighter and to be a fighter at like a lighter weight like Superfly?
Right now. No, right now. It's just the attention that we've been getting is just incredible. You know, I've been on Superfly 1. It was a remarkable, you know, turnout for that fight. It's just I've been beating the drum so hard, you know, for the past decade of telling people and telling, you know, just telling them that, hey, you know, we got some great fights, and you guys are missing out on some great fights. And I've been a part of some of those great fights, and knowing that we also have the talent we have, and it's really deep right now in both divisions, the flyweight and the super flyweight, and knowing that now they're finally taking a look at us, it's amazing. I know it's kind of late for me, but you know, I'm just glad the other guys are being exposed now with the stage.
I mean, obviously you're not as young as you used to be, who is, but you're still having some fight in you and definitely fights left. You could, with the spotlight that's on the division now, with one big win, kind of put that capstone in your career, like have that big moment. You know, obviously the Chocolatito fight didn't pan out as you wanted, but now that, you know, he's had his own struggles and whatnot, that rematch could be a really big stage for you, or even better if you could beat Rungasai. What is it that you think in the last chapter of your career, when that happens, could be your crowning achievement that you still have a chance to accomplish?
No, first of all, 24th is a big fight for me. Trying to go for my 5th world title. You know, I'm not trying to overlook Dalakian, because I know how talented of a fighter he is. So for me, it goes from one fight to the next fight. I have to gauge, you know, what my spirits are, how my physical, what my physicality is, my ability is from each fight to each fight. Because at this stage, you know, everybody knows that you can grow old overnight in one fight. And so knowing that, I have to take each fight seriously. I have to take each fight, you know, like it's my last, you know. And so, you know, with this fight with Dalakian, you know, win or lose, or if I don't win this fight, this could be as well be my last fight, you know. And so there's no talks of a rematch, you know, with Estrada or with Chocolatito if I get through this one. And so that's how serious I am taking this fight. And Dalakian, you know, he's you know, fresh new face, But those are scary types because they're training. I know right now he's training his ass off because he's never tasted a world title, around his waist before, and he wants to feel how that. And I know how that feels like, fighting for my first world title, and I trained my ass off for that first. So I know how hard he's training, and so this is for me, this is it. This is a do or die situation for me. If I don't win this fight, no other fight. What else can I do? And so I'm gonna take this fight like really serious. I'm gonna take this fight like it's gonna be my last fight, and that my 5th world title is the most important thing that I'm ever gonna do in my career.
I like to call this part downstairs the house that Manny Pacquiao built. Like, I don't think this exists without him and Freddie having done what they did. But I put you in this class of the Filipino fighters that brought attention to your culture of boxing and what was possible at these lighter divisions and the kind of heart that Filipino fighters have. So I would say you, Donaire, Pacquiao. Everyone is kind of at the same stage of their career, having had a bit different histories, obviously. We see that Donaire is headed to Belfast to face Frampton. How do you see that matchup, and where do you think Nonito is in his career right now?
I can only speak for how I feel. I don't know how Pacquiao feels. I don't know how Donaire feels, but at this stage of our lives, being mid-30s, late 30s, we have to prepare ourselves smart. I mean, it's not necessarily hard all the time, because sometimes when you do train too hard, a little piece of you, is lost. And so, training smart, knowing that this is what you really want to do, and putting all your effort and your energy into the training camps, and preparing yourself the right way for these type of fights. I think that's going to go a long way in towards the march to your victory. And so, no, I don't know how Donaire is right now at his stage career mentally, physically. He still looks like he's sharp, but we'll see. We'll see how he goes into the Lion's Den, going to Belfast where Frampton's at, and see how he deals with that.
And Manny Pacquiao being the guy that definitely carries the flag as the premier Filipino fighter, and obviously a legend in his own right, regardless of culture. How would you like to see him in his career, just for the sake of a legacy and what it does for the country? And how would you like to see Pacquiao finish this legacy and this legendary career?
If I had a choice, I would love to see him fight forever. No, but for Manny, I would love to see him go out on top, with another title around his waist. And
is there a title out there he can get? Like who? Like what fight would that be?
Like you said, Lomachenko is one that everyone's piquing interest. Has their interest in. Wherever it is, I just want him to go out on top and with a big win, and and go, just right off to the sunset on a white horse or a white Carabao.
Radio Rahim with the Hawaiian Punch. Brian Viloria, man, we can't wait to see you in that ring February 24th at the Forum. I'm going to be ringside for my buddy Radio Rahim with the Hawaiian Punch, Brian Viloria.